talk a little bit about the quantum field. We have had a couple of experiences so far going into the quantum field, and this is an invitation for you to explore all the possibilities. You can do this together when we go into the quantum field today, or you can do this on your own as well. So, there's a primary song. What can you do in the summertime? And for some reason, that tune was in my head. So it's, oh, what can you do in the quantum field? Yeah, let's take a look. What can you do in the quantum field? So many possibilities. The first one, and this is what we did the very first day, and this is what I did in the New Earth experience, is you can access the Akashic records. The Akashic records are in the quantum field, but they're not the quantum field. They're just a part of the quantum field, right? Because the quantum field is everything and nothing. It is chaos and creation. It is all that is. And within that is the Akashic records. So you can go into the Akashic records. You can do Akashic record healing of past lives. You can align with different timelines. You can jump timelines and play in the Akashic records. The other thing that we've done together that you know how to do is rewrite your programming. And so you go in, you bring up the beliefs, which are the rules of your reality. You bring those up and you decide which ones are not serving you anymore. So you delete that programming and you ask your body to delete that from your DNA, your cells, all layers of all your bodies and your aura. However you want to do it, you delete it, you write the new programming, and you have your body install, activate, and execute that new programming. The other thing that we did in the quantum field is we did alchemy. And so that's another thing that you can do there. Another possibility is what I call shape-shifting. Shape-shifting to me is changing perspective, switching perspective from this Krista, the Krista perspective into a different perspective. Okay. And so what that means is we go into the quantum field and we do the whole kind of releasing separation so that we become all that is. We become one with all that is. And then instead of coming back into our now perspective, we shift into somebody else's perspective. And so this is helpful, for example, talking about Megan's circumstances right now. Hi, Megan, it looks like you joined us again. We're going to do we're moving forward with the slideshow first, and then we'll come back and finish the conversation that we had. Okay, so because we lost you for a minute. My phone got too hot. Oh, okay, no problem. Yeah, no problem. All right. Yes, everything works out exactly as it needs to. And so I feel like the energy of that one needed a little bit of time to percolate and bring things to the surface. And that's awesome. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Hold on. Oh no, I'm going the wrong way. Okay. So shape-shifting is you become one with all that is, and then you come into the perspective of somebody else who is not you, and you can see things through and experience through their eyes and their perspective. And so this is helpful. I do this with clients when I want to know and understand my clients better so that I can learn how to serve them better. This can also be helpful with what we were talking about with Megan, right? Where she can shapeshift and see things from her husband's perspective. She can see things from her children's perspective. If she would like at some point, Megan, you can see things through your parents' perspective. Also permission to not do that. Okay. Because they do have a very different frequency than what you have, right? But you can do that. You can shapeshift. The other one, downloads and answers. Absolutely. You can go into the quantum field with questions on your mind and have those questions open. Teach me more, tell me more, and then you will receive downloads and answers. Great place for you to pull information out of the quantum field. Anything you want to know is available in the quantum field. It is everything and nothing. And so you can pull all the information you need there. Healing. We've talked about alchemy, and yes, we are talking about emotional healing and energetic healing. You can also do physical healing in the quantum field because our physical experience feels very physical to us. It's actually a projection, a holographic experience, a projection of our consciousness. Okay. And so if you have some things that you would like to heal within your body, you can go into the quantum field, right? Because the quantum field is where you decide what your reality is. And so you can choose into physical healing in the quantum field and play with that possibility. The other one is a reset, bringing you back to factory settings. And so this would be when you come into the earthly experience, you are not exactly a blank slate, but you're pretty much a blank slate. And you're pure love. You're yourself, your true authentic self. You are that the truth of who you are. And then over time, you have these layers of other people's thoughts and beliefs and experiences that ask you to become somebody that you're not. And so you can reset that in the quantum field. You can go into the quantum field and do a visualization of pulling off all those beliefs of who they think you are and coming into who you really are. Bashar has a mantra that I gave to Sabrina. I am who I am, and that is enough. I am who I am, and that is enough. And so you can go into the quantum and reset to that I am who I am, the authenticity of who you are, and experience who you really are without other people's impressions and opinions and beliefs on you. You can reset back to who you really are. And that's a powerful experience. You can astral travel. You can go anywhere you want because the quantum field. So the Akashic records are kind of the timeline. The quantum field is the space, right? It's space and time. It's the illusion of space and time, but everything's right here in the quantum field. And so I don't know, where do you want to go? Where do you want to go? What do you want to experience? Do you want to go play in the 5th dimension? Do you want to go higher into the 8th and 12th dimensions? I'm not an authority on dimensions. I don't know what they are. We just found out that aliens are real. You want to go play with aliens? Go to another planet and experience aliens. You can set the intention to go and travel, and then through meditation, you can have those journeys. You can meet with your guides. I have that guided meditation in the channeling workshop and in the New Earth Mystery School to help you meet your guides. You can, and it takes you along the path and into the cave and into a garden. You can go into the quantum field and meet your guides there if you would like, and have that conversation. And why would you want to do that? Well, the next one, raise your vibration. The quantum field is automatically a place of very high vibration. And so I've been playing with this in the quantum field of going in there and then doing the exercise that we have where you start with 10,000 and then go up to 20, 30, 40, 80. And what I find in the quantum field is that I reach a point where the numbers are meaningless, meaning that I'm in this super high vibration and it's just as easy for me to be at 20,000 hertz, 80,000, 100,000, and a million hertz. I just get to this place where it's this perfect vibration that doesn't need to be quantified. It just feels really good. So you can play with that. You can practice raising your vibration. You can practice floating in the sea of this higher frequency, higher dimensional vibration. You can play in that. You can also do time bending in the quantum field, where you can go in and orchestrate things the way that you would like. Just with your intention, you bend time. I'm going to stretch it here. I'm going to contract it here. I'm going to collapse it here. I'm going to expand it here. Whatever you would like, you can do that. Timeline hopping. We talked a little bit about the Akashic records and hopping through timelines that way. And so what I want you to understand about that is it can go beyond the experiences that you've already had. And what I mean by that is this is my timeline right now. Who I am, the experiences that created who I am, they are really positive ones. And then also I have a history of abuse and violence and poverty and this other stuff, right? I can also hop a timeline where I am somebody different, and that somebody different has a completely different backstory, different experiences that made me who I am. Am I going to be aware that I've changed? No, not necessarily, because it will feel like that has always been my backstory. Okay. And so I might have a very dramatic shift where my sisters are not, where I grow up in a family where violence was not acceptable. That could happen. And I wouldn't necessarily know that I had hopped a timeline, because in my mind, it would be that, oh, this has always been the way that it is. Does that make sense? Lots and lots of possibilities. And then much more. These are simply a few that I have played with. These are some of them that I have explored. But like I